but also protecting yourself.
Giving and protecting yourself?
Yeah, like to not give so much that you make yourself unwell or...
Okay, so I wasn't going to go there now, but I will since you asked. There are laws in halacha about self-protection and giving. So it's a good question. So the basic rule is don't give, no matter how much you have. Let's say you have more money than on a logical level you could spend in one lifetime. Even if you have that much money, you don't give away more than 20%. The rest came to you, assuming it came to you legally, it's yours. Okay, you don't want to reach a point where you don't have for your needs. Now, suppose again your wealth is so huge, the 20% still leaves you with more than you could possibly spend in a lifetime. So at that point, you would choose things that give you pleasure to give, as opposed to feeling a moral obligation to give. These are two different things. Okay, so you'd be far more selective. Okay, clear? So that basically.
So what about more, not on a physical level, but more on like, so I don't have a big problem at work, like working way too long and doing more than I should be doing to protect my well-being.
Right.
How do you find that balance between when do you stop, when do you leave the office?
Okay, so today our topic was material. So I'm going to give you a shorter answer than the question deserves, but I will get there. Okay? So in terms of giving, a tricky thing about human beings is that we have an enormous amount of elasticity. So what that means is when you think you could give A, you may discover if you give B, you really could have given comfortably A and a half. You understand this? So you have to watch your elasticity. So what I'm saying is don't make giving more a non-goal, but go back to your comfort level and see how much you could expand without it leading to tension or neglect. That makes sense? Okay, so you do have to go back to your comfort level, but the goal is to slowly and sensibly rise beyond your comfort level, which people do. But the trick there is, again, being very gradual and seeing that, again, you're moving from A to A plus, not from A to B. From A to B is painful and difficult and leads to burnout. But I want to just say one last thing about burnout. A puzzle I always had was that the real tzaddikim don't burn out. I couldn't figure it out, and I want to tell you the basis of this. I have a daughter who has a kindergarten here in Har Nof that's for special needs children and well children. It's called Gan Harmony. They learn together, and it's good for the handicapped children because they have a normal base. It's good for the normal children because it builds their compassion. Okay, but so she has a big staff. Her special needs teachers she worked it out, most of them last around 5 years. Then they leave the field. So she was trying to figure out why. So first she thought it was the conditions of the kindergarten. Maybe she should pay them more. She should raise more money, be able to offer them better salaries. Didn't make a difference. Okay. Then she broadened it. She began to network and find out in other early childhood situations, how long do people stay in the field? Somewhere between 5 and 10 years. So she tried to figure out why. So her conclusion, I'm talking about special needs, not ordinary early childhood. People go into the field with the illusion of being Helen Keller. You know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But in real life, it doesn't work that way. So you could be working with a child with hearing and speech impediments, and at the end of the year, you can get him to speak understandably enough that his mother knows when he had enough food. He doesn't have to throw it on the floor. But that's not like Helen Keller, where she was lecturing internationally. So people get tired of like, ba, and getting back, You understand this? Mm-hmm. And even if it eventually becomes it's not satisfying enough. So I wondered why the real tzaddikim don't get tired of us. You know, people come to them with unsolvable problems, with profound difficulties. Israel is always embattled, and they're there like encouraging and giving good advice and like keeping impossible hours, yeah? So I got it, okay? They don't think that the end result belongs to them. Got it? Once you realize that you don't own the end result, that you're just there to do what you can, it's a whole different world.